We'll go ahead and get started. Welcome to South Knoxville. We're going to figure this mic out. Here we go. All right, South Knoxville. All right, very good. I'm really happy to be here and quite moved, to be honest, just seeing the faces and the chapters of South Knoxville, new and not so new. The people, there's a lot of people here that planted seeds, and South Knoxville's home to a lot of things, including good people. You're never more than a mile away from a park, so that's unique in all of the city of Knoxville. Some of the best architects live in South Knoxville. We have the best riverfront in the town, and now we have the best dadgum bathrooms in the whole city. So we owe a lot to people that have come before us, and I won't steal Mayor Kincannon thunder, but she's been a good steward to our side of the river, as has our previous mayor and mayors before. So I'm really grateful always grateful for the people who came before. It's our responsibility to take the handoff and walk forward. So we're going to pay for this with a new toll over the bridge. If you can just, every time you come south, there'll be a little box, just drop a quarter off. We'll keep these bathrooms maintained. In all seriousness, thank you for everybody that's here. I see people who live here, who play here, and just really grateful to be a part of this next chapter for Baker Creek. So with that said, I'll hand it over to someone who has sustained a bold vision and added to it, Mayor Indy Kincannon.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Vice Mayor Smith. City Council has been hand in hand walking along with the community in supporting the urban wilderness, and I credit all of City Council with that, but you, Tommy Smith, as representative of the 1st District and now as Vice Mayor, have just been over the top in your support for investments in South Knoxville, not just because it's helping out your own district, but because you understand that the impact will help our whole city. And also sometimes the changes aren't always, require some communication and getting used to, and change can sometimes represent challenges to people. So thank you for attending and participating and calling so many meetings and participating in such a positive way to get things like this going from a seed to a final tree in bloom. So thank you, Tommy Smith. I also recognize Councilwoman at Large, Debbie Helsley, who is here. And it's a historic occasion because for the first time in my awareness, City of Knoxville has 2 city council members who reside in South Knoxville, the South Knoxville and at Large. And my predecessor also was the mayor who resided in South Knoxville during her time as mayor. So, and before we give Madeline a round of applause, I just want to say we would not be here today celebrating yet another expansion and addition of amenities to our urban wilderness without her leadership, changing TDOT, changing their minds on things, and getting us, instead of plowing through this beautiful woods and mountains and topography that could have been a highway, instead it is over 1,000 acres of urban wilderness with over 70 miles of trails, and a beautiful way for our whole community to access nature at not no cost, but at no charge. So thank you, Madeline Rajero, for your leadership. I still remember the day of that TPO vote that meant that the urban wilderness was going to survive. It was such a big occasion, and I was working for you at the time, and I said, why don't you come out and celebrate? And you were like, well, where is everybody? I was like, well, let's go to Public House. I think we'll find them there. And a lot of people were there. Maybe a few of you were there that evening, and just helped. It's also, leadership matters, but so does the support of the community. And I see many, many familiar faces of South Knoxville business owners, South Knoxville residents, AMBC folks, other people who are working on the private developments adjacent to this park, just so many other partners. So I'm very excited about this. So now let me get to my remarks here, make sure I'm saying the things I'm supposed to be saying. So today is a really big deal. We have continued to invest in the urban wilderness. And when I've talked to people about the urban wilderness many times, because first of all, when people say, what's my favorite thing in Knoxville, I really do say my favorite thing is the urban wilderness. Before I became mayor, while I'm mayor, and when I'm not mayor anymore, I'm confident that the urban wilderness is going to be a huge personal favorite of mine, but it's also a growing amenity to the people of Knoxville and the greater region. I was just over here yesterday, and the parking lot was full. The pump track was packed with people of all ages using the pump track. I didn't have time to go out on the single track trails out back, but I know they were being used heavily. I was out hiking in Hasty and other places and saw the flowers and saw the people and saw the dog walkers and the bird watchers. And yet, this land isn't new. These hills aren't new. Some of the trails are newer than others. This has been here all the time, but it used to be that people of Knoxville didn't know it was here and didn't know how to access it or didn't feel comfortable accessing it. So that is one of the great things about the Baker Creek Preserve Pavilion, is when people say urban wilderness, you don't always know what that means. And you can say, well, just meet me at Baker Creek Pavilion. Just meet me at Baker Creek Pavilion and I'll show you. So thank you to all the people who've helped make this a new iconic structure where it's a destination for the people who can walk here, the people who are coming down from the Roundup, the people who are visiting these other businesses. This is such an economic driver, a health driver, and so much more. So what we're celebrating today is this amazing structure, and I had a chance to talk to one of the designers from Sanders Pace, Brandon Pace, of the Pace name, was telling me a little bit about what was the mindset behind this design. And so, one, it's beautiful. It's basically public art. Two, it's a gathering place. When you're out using the trails, when you got one kid at the pump track, another one getting a cup of coffee, and then you have another friend who wants to meet you here, you know where to meet. You say, let's meet at Baker Creek Preserve Pavilion, and people will know what that means, right? Yeah. So now we have that gathering place. It also has the amenities that really people need to fill up your water bottles. There's a water filling station. There's a little part where you can give water to your pets. There's bathrooms. There's something that doesn't really matter so much today, but come July, what do we really need sometimes? A little bit of shade. And I also see we've planted some trees that are going to add to the shade as well. So we've got shade, restrooms. Also, when I can imagine, you think Fall Fest will be able to use this? I think so. I think Fall Fest will enjoy having the use of this space. And I can see this being a place where there's performances perhaps, and people are, have blankets out on that hill and come down here. It's a natural stage for things happening in this park. So this is not just a gateway to the urban wilderness. It's also just a new amenity to our city park. So I do see Cheryl Ely and members of the Parks and Rec team here. Thank you for embracing the urban wilderness as part of our expanded park system. I want to give a few other thank yous for the people who helped create and construct and build this amazing home base for the urban wilderness. First, the DCSI, the general contractor, and all the craftspeople who contributed. Ron Coggins, are you here from DCSI? Great job. It looks amazing. And it looks like it might have been a little bit more unusual than some of your other projects to install. But that's what makes it so special, and I think design matters, and I'm so pleased that the design team members are here today. So Sanders Pace Architecture, Port Urbanism, JMT Engineering, Haynes Structural Group, and Robin Easter Design. Way to go. It looks amazing. And I've learned a little bit that these are, pre-rusted materials, so it's very low maintenance. And I asked why why is it? It's translucent, so there's some shade, but there's also, it's not opaque. When I had my 14-year-old daughter of my friend here, she's like, "Oh, can you climb on the top?" But then, luckily, you can't because it's a fabric and then open. So there's shade, but there's also sun. So there's protection, but also safety, and there is no roof to climb on, which I'm very pleased about. I asked Brandon, why is it wavy? It's cool looking, but also turns out that the wavy, engineers probably already know this, but when it's wavy, it makes it more structurally sound and also cheaper because you can have thinner material. So good job, functional, economic, and beautiful. Way to go. And I know our city engineering team had a huge role to play in realizing this beautiful, iconic structure. So shout out to Amanda Koenig, I never know how to pronounce your name, Koenig, Melody Allen, Pete Gerlach, Andrew Luttrell, Sean Fitzpatrick. Did I leave anyone else out from city engineering? Okay, thank you, city engineers. So, and this is just another node on our greater connectivity across the city. Just about 2 weeks ago, you might have heard that we got a pretty big grant from the federal government, Reconnecting Communities, $42.6 million. And the reason we won that grant is because we have great need in our city to repair the harms done by urban renewal. And one of the biggest vestiges of urban renewal is the James White Parkway. So we are going to reconnect East Knoxville to downtown and also across the river. So it's easy for people to get from around East Knoxville to South Knoxville for jobs, for recreation. I know too many people in other parts of the city who don't know that you can come here and have a free pump track for your kids to ride on. A great place to learn how to ride a bike, expand your skills. They don't even know it's here. We've got to fix that. And so Reconnecting Communities is part of that. And when they come, we'll say, what are we going to say? Meet at Baker Creek Pavilion. I'll see you there. So thank you to everybody who played such a big part of this. This is a huge win for our community. And I can't wait. And this is my last event for work for today. I'm going to go home, change clothes, come right back out here with my bike and enjoy it. But for now, we have instead of a ribbon cutting today, we have a little other special way of doing this. So Wes, how are we going to proceed here? Right, we got some kids and bikers who are going to help us inaugurate this thing.
Up over there, and then we'll get the banner out.
Okay, we're going to get a banner out, so just pause for a minute, and we're going to celebrate this new Baker Creek Pavilion.
We'll get everybody around with that.
Where are we?
All right, so everyone with bikes, go over there. Okay. They want to walk through.
Everyone with bikes, go where Wes is. Wes, raise your hand.
Dave Stanley, raise your hand. Okay. Everybody go to Dave Stanley.
Okay, the guy with the red shirt, if you're on a bike and want
to
break through to the other side, go behind him, and it's going to be fun. Vice Mayor Smith, maybe you and I and some others can hold the banner. Do we want to face the sign towards the camera? Maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Good call.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah. And let's get Vice Mayor Smith, Madeline, Mayor Rogero. Would you like to hold one side of the banner? Is Louis gonna? Okay, you want to grab a corner or whatever? All right. This is
Louis, you got this.
Maybe we should put it a little lower.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Let Louis go in the front.
have any injury.
It's going to be fine.
Okay. All right.
Are you ready?
Who wants it? We'll just say 3, 2, 1, and then you guys break on through. Let's say, how about,
Lyle, you gonna take us through? You go first, Lyle. You're the biggest.
okay.
Are you ready?
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Come on.
took out Louis.